In this video, we'll look at 4 marker questions from Edexcel A-Level Business Paper 1, Marketing, People and Global Businesses. Practicing past paper questions is a crucial element to exam success. Feel free to pause the video if you'd like to answer the questions alongside me. On to our first question, and it's a supply and demand question. Now, if you need practice with your diagrams, then do check out this video. I will put the link to it in the description box. Let's take a look at the question. Using the data in extract A, draw a supply and demand diagram to show the possible impact of the change in the price of gold between the 6th of December 2019 and the 5th of January 2020 on the luxury watch market. So overall, we can see that there's an increase in the price of gold from the 6th of December to the 5th of January 2020. Gold could be considered as a raw material for some businesses. So therefore, if the price of gold has increased, that means that business costs will increase. So we know that it's going to have an impact on the supply curve. You can pause the video if you like and attempt the question. Let's take a look at the diagram. 1 mark for correctly constructing supply and demand curves, another mark for correctly labeling the axes, price and quantity, and for the application, correctly interpreting the shift in supply curve to the left as the price of gold has increased, therefore business costs have increased, and 1 mark for drawing the original and new equilibrium on the quantity and price axes. On to our next question. Explain one way in which product orientation is important to Rolex. Let's take a look at extract B first. The luxury watch market. Some of the fastest growing businesses in the luxury watch market are public limited companies. An example is Swatch, the Swiss company that owns brands such as Omega and Tiffany. Swatch embraces a current trend of affordable luxury for all, where luxury products are aimed at mass markets. Its aim is to grow through expensive new product development, more stock, stores and sales. Private limited watch companies such as Rolex can limit production and not have to answer to shareholders who demand growth. Rolex can control its growth and restrict its product range. This helps to build exclusivity and enables Rolex to charge over £10,000 for some models of watches. Luxury watches are expensive, so customers invest time and effort in researching the best price. Some retail stores attempt to justify high prices by giving customers a glass of champagne and additional attention by sales staff. While this approach still appeals to some customers, research suggests that they feel that the item itself represents a luxury experience, not the process of buying it. Let's take a look at Extract C. Extract C, Hans Wilsdorf, the entrepreneur behind Rolex. When Hans Wilsdorf was born in 1881, wristwatches were mostly regarded as women's jewelry. No one believed it possible to make watches men would want. Aged 24, and despite the lack of support from his peers, he decided to take a risk and began his plan to deliver a modern watch aimed at the male market. Wilsdorf described how, while riding on the upper deck of a horse-drawn bus in the city of London, a genie whispered Rolex in my ear. Rolex is a short word, easy to pronounce in every language and easy to remember. Rolex had style and authority and looked clear on a watch face. Within days, Wilsdorf had registered the trademark. Rolex's reputation grew, and in 1919 it set up operations in Geneva, Switzerland. Wilsdorf inspired and persuaded the best craftsmen and engineers in Swiss watchmaking to work alongside him. He was a brilliant leader who believed that Rolex must continuously strive to think and act differently from the rest. Therein lies its greatest strength, he declared. Wilsdorf insisted that each new watch should be a product of quality. For him, marketing was not just a way to gain sales, but a means of communicating his brand's reputation. Today, Rolex is a private limited company owned by the Hans Wilsdorf Foundation, created before Wilsdorf died in 1960. You can pause the video now if you'd like and attempt the question. Product orientation is where the business focuses on the production process and designing the product, then trying to sell it to the customer. Now, let's take a look at a possible model answer for this 4-mark question. One way product orientation is important to Rolex is that it allows a company to create a unique brand image focused on luxury and exclusivity. By concentrating on high-quality materials and skilled craftsmanship, Rolex can produce a limited number of watches. This ensures that the watches remain exclusive, which builds the brand's prestige and enables them to charge over £10,000 for their watches. Rolex has built a global reputation, and as a result, customers are drawn to the prestige of owning a Rolex on the basis of quality and brand image, more so than Rolex adapting to customers' needs. Another 4-mark question. Using the data in Extract D, calculate Nike's market share of worldwide sports footwear in 2018. State your answer to 2 decimal places. You are advised to show your working. So let's have a look at Extract D. It shows worldwide sports footwear sales in the billions of dollars of selected leading brands. We can see 2016, a key for 2016, 2017, and 2018. Now we need to focus on 2018, and we need to focus on that for Nike. At the very bottom of the chart, it says the sales value of all other sports footwear brands not included in the chart, $16.7 billion in 2018. So you need to make sure that that information is added in as well. So here we have the formula for market share. Sales of business, Nike, divided by the total value of the whole market times by 100. So you need to find the information for 2018 only. Just focus on 2018. Don't be distracted by 2016 and 2017. So find the information for the sales of Nike for 2018 first of all. Then divide that by the total value of the whole market. So you need to add up all of the other sales information for the other sportswear leading brands in 2018. Do not forget to add the 16.7 billion. See the footnote at the bottom. Add that in for the total value of the whole market. So you add all that together, put that information into the formula. Don't forget to times it by 100, and they do want the answer to 2 decimal places. So you can pause the video and give the question a go. So here is the mark scheme. Now, it's important to remember you can gain a mark just for including the formula. Now, if the answer given is 37.10, then you would get the full 4 marks. If you didn't pay attention and didn't write it to 2 decimal places, then you would get 3 marks. And if the answer does not include a percentage sign, then you can also lose a mark. Next question. Explain one way foreign direct investment, FDI, affects businesses in Indonesia. 4 marks. Extract F. ASEAN opportunity. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations was founded in 1967 by 5 countries: Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Malaysia, and Singapore. Its aim is to promote free trade between members by reducing trade barriers between them. In 2010, ASEAN joined China in the ASEAN-China Free Trade Area, reducing tariffs on 70% of goods. With over 260 million people, Indonesia possesses both a large workforce and a young population. It has a stable and growing economy. Furthermore, increasing urbanization eases the cost of doing business for foreign companies. These businesses, such as Nike, manufacture their goods in Indonesia and sell their products to the country's growing middle class. The Indonesian government has also realized the importance of developing the country's manufacturing sector to increase economic growth and create employment opportunities. The government has released several policy packages since September 2015 aimed at easing the cost of doing business in Indonesia. This should increase foreign direct investment. Nike, Toyota, Nestle, LG, and Samsung are some of the major multinational corporations that have set up factories in Indonesia. These corporations benefit from lower labor costs and relatively skilled workers. Growing urbanization makes businesses closer to their customers. However, there are also land shortages which can make it difficult and expensive for firms to build new manufacturing facilities in Indonesia. You can pause the video now if you'd like and attempt the question. As we know, foreign direct investment is when a business with a head office in one country sets up factories or offices, etc. in another country. Let's take a look at one way to answer this question. One way foreign direct investment affects businesses in Indonesia is by increasing demand for local suppliers and lowering costs for local retailers. As multinational corporations such as Nike and Toyota establish factories in Indonesia, Local businesses supplying raw materials such as textiles and rubber experience higher demand. The presence of these multinational corporations helps reduce costs for local retailers of sportswear, cars, and electrical goods, as they benefit from cheaper goods produced locally. As a result, local suppliers and retailers may see higher revenue, which allows them to reinvest in their business, expand operations, and create employment opportunities. The next two videos that will appear on the screen are what YouTube thinks you should watch next.